Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
Welcome to the Center for Cognitive Behavior.
Thank you.
We're going to be doing a cognitive assessment, critical thinking skills learning test on you. It's going to basically show how we would assess someone for state of mind, critical thinking, and the ability to process information. Okay?
Sounds good.
So some of these questions might feel a little bit easy or a little bit random, but just please answer them the best of your ability and we'll process through there. All right, so first things first. Obviously, I know who you are, but could you tell me your first name, please?
Jeremy.
And what day of the week is it?
Tuesday.
And about what time is it?
6 p.m.
Good. All right, and what season are we currently in?
Spring.
Can you tell me who the current president is?
Joe Biden.
And who was the last president?
Donald Trump.
And the president before him?
Barack Obama.
Okay. Can you remember what you had for breakfast this morning?
I had yogurt and cereal.
Okay. And can you tell me what your favorite food is?
Pizza.
Do you remember what you did for your birthday last year?
No.
Totally normal. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple of quick personality questions. This is just going to help establish where some of your thinking and your decision making may stem from, but there's no right or wrong answer here, okay? Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Extrovert.
And would you consider yourself a patient person or an impatient person?
Very patient.
Would you consider yourself someone who is a more quiet person or a more loud person?
Probably a more loud person.
Would you consider yourself a leader or a follower?
Probably a leader.
Would you consider yourself more dependent or independent?
Independent.
Okay. And would you consider yourself someone who would prefer to be home or prefer to be traveling?
Definitely traveling.
Do you consider yourself more of a caretaker or someone who needs care?
Caretaker.
And would you consider yourself someone who was more liberal leaning or more conservative?
More liberal.
Okay. And by, let me clarify that, I mean that more in mindset, not in the political sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you more likely to use science to solve a problem or use intuition?
Probably intuition.
Just a couple more questions here. So are you more likely to want to spend or save?
Save.
Okay, and last question. Would you consider yourself more of a teacher or more of a learner?
Probably more of a teacher.
Okay. Okay, so just entered those answers into our system. At the end, it will essentially help us. You will have a profile of your personality type, and it will help us dissect any issues that we come across in the critical thinking, okay? All right, so first thing I'm going to do is have you draw some stuff for me. Can you go ahead with the marker? I want you to replicate this shape. Very good. All right, in the picture that you've drawn, what does that represent?
It's a cube.
Okay, and in real life, is a cube flat or does it have depth?
It has depth.
Okay, and this piece of paper in the cube, is it flat or does it have depth?
It's flat.
Good. All right, can you go ahead and draw the Roman numeral 5 for me? And if I were to tell you to add 1, and write that Roman numeral. Very good. Just underneath that, can you go ahead and write the fifth letter of the alphabet? Okay. If you were to subtract the 6 from 20, what number would you have? Good. All right. Next thing I'm going to have you do is identify how many sides, or rather how many points does this object have?
5.
Okay. And can you point to all of those points? Okay, and what is this shape called?
A star.
Excellent. All right. Can you tell me what's the first thing you think of when you see this?
A house.
Okay. And if a house that it has other homes attached to it, layers of homes, what would that be called?
An apartment.
Very good. All right, I'm going to set aside your paper for now. This might be easier to see on the paper. I'm putting a small puzzle in front of you. And I'll just put it together first. You see the puzzle?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take all these pieces out. I'm going to mix them around a little, and I want you to put them back together, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, take your time and put the puzzle back together. Very good. And what animal is that? Can you tell?
It looks like a dog.
Very good. Tuck this away for now. I'm going to place 2 items in front of you. Can you name them?
It's a rock and a plant.
And which one of these things is alive?
This is alive.
Okay, very good. I'm going to place some letters in front of you. These are Scrabble pieces. And they're just random letters. I'd like you to make a word for me out of however many letters. It doesn't have to be all of them. It can be 3, it can be 5. Just make a word for me out of those letters. Okay. Can you make another word? One more time. Can you make a 5-letter word? 5 letters or more? Very good. Okay. And you see that there's numbers on the bottom of each of these?
Mhm.
Can you add these up for me and tell me what the total is?
5, 6, 9, 18.
Very good. All right. See how I have colors here?
Mhm.
Could you point to green for me? Okay, and how about purple? And which one of these blues is lighter in shade? Good. Okay. Can you spell the color here?
Pink.
Okay. And if you put this color and this color together, what color would you get?
Orange.
Good. Okay. And what about if you put this color here and this color here together?
Purple.
Very good. I'll give you a deck of playing cards. Out of this deck, could you please find me a red heart? And what number is that?
10.
Okay. And can you go ahead and find me a black spade? Good. And what number is that?
4.
And if you add these two numbers together?
14.
Put the deck back. Okay. Can you tell me 3 things that these cards have in common?
They are all spades, they are all black, and they all are face cards.
Very good. I have a bunch of coins here. Can you pull out a penny for me? Good. Can you pull out enough pennies to make 5 cents? Good. And what's another way of representing 5 cents?
A nickel.
Very good. I'd like you to make $1.75 using quarters. And if I take that away, how much do you have left?
75 cents.
Very good. Out of all of these coins, which one is the smallest in size?
This one.
And which one is the smallest in worth?
This one.
Okay. Which one is a different color than the rest?
This one.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put these just on their faces here. And can you tell me what person this represents?
George Washington.
Very good. Just a couple more tests. You're doing great. Can you flip to page 118 for me? Very good. And what is this word?
Moving.
Okay. And can you spell it out via the letters?
Moving.
And what chapter is this?
Chapter 5.
Okay. And this word here, what is it?
Beyond.
Okay, can you describe to me what that word means?
It means something that is further away.
Very good. So now I'm just going to ask you some phrases. These are colloquial terms, and you're going to let me know what they mean, so what they represent.
Yep.
So what does it mean if someone says, don't put all your eggs in one basket?
It means just to not rely on one thing for all your successes.
Very good. And what about saying someone's on their high horse? What does that mean?
That means that someone's arrogant.
Okay. And if someone told you to save for a rainy day, what would they be asking you to do?
They would be telling you to make sure you have something saved away for when times are getting tough.
Very good. Okay. And now I'm going to just test your memory a little bit, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 words. I'm going to have you remember them. I'm going to have you do a couple other random things and then say them back to me, okay?
Okay.
So these words are blue, cup, and television. Can you repeat those for me?
Blue, cup, and television.
Okay. So keep those in your mind. I'll ask them again in a couple of minutes, okay? All right. Can you point to you on your body where you'd wear a wristwatch? Okay. And how about where you would wear a hat? Okay. And if you were wearing glasses so you could read, what would you be considered, nearsighted or farsighted?
Farsighted.
Okay. And when you are listening to music, which part of your body do you listen with?
Your ears.
Okay. And when you're watching something on TV, which part of your body are you watching it with?
With your eyes.
Okay. And when you're smelling something, which part of your body do you use that with?
Nose.
Okay. So hearing, seeing, and smelling are 3 of the 5 senses. What are the other 2?
Touch and taste.
Very good. And what were those 3 words I asked you to remember?
Blue, cup, and television.
Very good. All right, Jeremy. So essentially, I've recorded all of the data. I'm going to just finish some notes after you leave. What will happen is you'll get a report of your findings, of your results in the study. But everything looks great. I appreciate you coming in and helping us demonstrate what this would look like. But do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well done on the exam. Thank you so much for coming in today, and we will send your results via email.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.